All right, this is the video for Doit 2.0.1, the new stuff within Doit. And this is the last major version of Doit ever. Might be bug fixes, but that is it. This is the end of the road for this tool. All right, so let's close this out and begin. First thing we're going to look at is the thing called fast filter. It's essentially the same thing as you'll find up on your toolbar. There's a selection filter list, and how we get to that, let's start up this. Let me get my Doit in here. All right, so we have fast filter down here. And if I select all, of course I can select everything within the scene. If I just wanted to select lights, I click lights, and obviously only lights can be selected. Geometry, only geometry can be selected. As you see, these are being selected because they are, in fact, a derivative of geometry or something of that nature. I don't want to get technical here. Let's select bones. You can see that all the bones get selected. Okay, so you get the idea with fast filter. If you leave it on all, you'll never have a problem because you won't not be able to select anything, if that makes sense. Next we have node adder. Somebody asked me to make this because it was helpful for their RPG pipeline. And here you go. Let's actually clear this scene out. We're going to add in a orc rig and nodes. Clear out that warning. Let's go back to node adder. Now we're going to select the player selection because we want the player list of nodes. And I want to be able to add a node to this player. So I would add mount 5. No, I don't want any of those mounts. I want to go down to custom name. Now, just so you know, we have the node set up for vehicle, weapon, etc. But I want to go to custom name, which means that this goes to type name below. Whatever, whatnot. So we can type in our own custom node name. Let's type in super cool node. Now let's pick a bone mesh. Actually, let's increase the size so we know exactly which one has been created. So I'm going to pick a bone or mesh. I'm going to add it to the head. Obviously, you see which one it is. Let's select the head, and you see it's been attached to the head. Okay, nice and simple. Now let's see, real quick here. I don't think I need to explain anymore. That's just pretty much self-explanatory. You just click the button and you select whatever you want to attach the node to. Okay, what do we have next? We have anytime. Anytime. It's about animation. So let's clear this out and we'll bring a box into the scene just to show you real quick. Going to set up some animation here. Okay, so you can see that the box does an animation. Now at this point, my frames are set at 0 and 100 down here in the bar. So I have 0 and 100 here in the anytime tool as well. I'm just going to use that right off the bat and just add an ambient sequence. Now by clicking that, we add a sequence 2 dummy to the scene, and that sequence 2 dummy is getting a start and end frame for the frames that we have set up here in this toolbox. Okay, so there's 1 at 100 and at 0. So your animation's set up for that ambient animation. Okay, now if you want another one, you can type in 101 for the scene. It's going to automatically push 2 frames ahead so that you don't get a max error. But at this point, you can automatically, or just change this, not automatically, but whatever. Change this to whatever number you want to end the animation on. So 202. Or, you know, whatever, 155. But you see down here the animation bar is changing its frame rate, or frame count. Long day. Frame count depending upon what this number is. It's a nice tool to have around. So we can set ambient to make an animation there and then click add sequence. Now we got another animation added to the scene. If we ever want to get either of these selected so we can work within there, we can select ambient 2 and we can go searching for those frames. I see the one there and I see the other here. So now I know that those are the frames and I can work within them. Okay, same with ambient. Go back to 0 and I believe it's at 100. So 0 and 100. So you see there's different ways you can work with it. If you open up a file where your sequences aren't automatically listed, you can click list sequences. It'll grab the sequence dummies and list them for you and allow you to work with them that way. All right, so that's anytime. Next we have Spritey. Spritey is just a max script I created for general use. It kind of uses cell-based sprite sheets, not kind of uses them. It actually uses them. Let's create something here that's 16 by 9 because that's the way my image is set up. Oops, got those backwards. And I'm going to load in my sheet. Okay. And here's my animation. Maybe it's like 12. Let's do it like that, 3 by 4. And you see I have 100 frames of animation here. Well, 99 because I got a blue box. But this is the point. If you want to use this image in game as a billboard or an animated whatnot, you can use this tool to automate the process of this animation, a texture animation, if you will. So let's add 10. And add 10. And what this is going to do is automatically add a UVW modifier with the math calculations needed to create the animation, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we can click Animate Sprite Sheet now that we have our settings in place. Now, we just got a warning. It says it only works on planes with 4 verts. So that means 2 triangles making one plane with 4 vertices. I have 16 squares there, so I was well over the count. So got a warning. So I'm going to clear that up, and I'm going to now change that. So now, there we go. It works. Now I'm going to go back and just scrub through the animation for you. So there you see it in action, okay? Now, if you're actually going to just run through it real quick with the playback, it's going to look like garbage because of the way Max renders this. It slides the UV frames, okay? But if you scrub along the line, it works perfectly fine. So that's what it's going to look like in game as you scrub the line. Okay? Now, how you do that is you'd add a sequence to the scene. You'd use, I think it was texture animation, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's still in T3D, at least I hope it is. If it isn't, it's in TGE, of course. Yada, yada. That's that tool. Oh, there's a little pop-up box on how to use Spritey. I probably should have looked at that before I went through the example there, huh? All right, so next is search GG site for... What do I want to search GG site for? Let's search it for DSQ. Let's just type in DSQ. We click make, and then it's going to make a link here. We can click the link. It's going to bring up the search page with DSQ. Okay? So we can clear it. We can type in Doit. See what happens with that. So we type in Doit. Go to the link. Click it. Hey, look, there's the really old blog on Doit. Nothing the newer information. Well, you know, at least some information is better than none, I suppose. Let's see if we can get it without the exclamation point. What do we get? Nope, we still get the same old blah. Yay! Okay, so that's that tool. And let's go to SOP+. Now, this really isn't going to be used by a lot of people. I mean, it's more of a technical thing. So let me just show you this real quick. Let's add a sphere to the scene. At this point, we click it on. We get some properties over here. This is the object properties for the sphere class, which is a primitive class. Now, if we turn it into a editable poly, we get all the editable poly properties about it. So, I mean, this really isn't like a game development tool per se for most people. For some people, it is. You change the color to your shape and your text. It will also adjust to the size of the screen. Okay, you get the idea. So, I mean, it's there. You don't need to use it. Ignore it if you want. But there you go. That's Doit 2.0.1 in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's the last one I'm shooting out.